How's it going today?
Pretty good. How about you?
Doing well, doing well.
I'm glad we finally get a chance to meet. Jenny told me a lot about you.
Absolutely. Yeah, you know Jenny?
Yeah, I do. She actually is married to my brother.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're Greek, so we had a really big fat Greek wedding.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, I know Jenny very well.
Awesome.
I promised I'd stick to 10 minutes today, so I want to keep that promise
Sure.
to you.
Absolutely.
Could you tell me a little bit about how you got into this business?
How I got into the business? Well, I've been into this business for 30 years. I've been here for 30 years, since 1984. It's when the credit union opened. And I've always loved technology, and I majored in it in school, and
Right.
right out of school I joined this business, small family-owned business. So
You must
it's gone
really
well.
like it.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So, as far as your IT department is concerned, can you tell me a little bit about how you're handling that currently?
Sure. I mean, we're currently, we're a credit union, so a lot of the data that we store is member data, a lot of sensitive stuff. Currently, we leverage DAS to store all that data,
Okay.
and that's about it.
When I was talking to Ginny, she had mentioned something about you wanting to open a second location.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. The second location is, we're looking to break ground on a new location in about 3 months.
That's exciting.
Yeah. So for me, that basically means planning out the IT environment. I've got to catch up on some work around that. I'm a little bit behind, unfortunately, but we're probably looking to just replicate what we have here at this location, at that location, unless you have a better idea.
Well, I wanted to talk to you about that. So, from what I understand, you're using a lot of hardware.
Yes.
Okay. So, what I'm going to explain a little bit about what the VNXE is,
Sure.
and then if you have any questions, just throw them at me.
Absolutely.
So the VNXE, actually, are you a visual learner?
I am.
Okay, I drew something, don't make fun of me because I'm no
I won't.
Picasso, but, so, this is my drawing. The VNXE is basically like a box.
Okay.
Okay, and then inside it has a bunch of drivers.
Okay.
That's the best way I can explain it. And in each driver, it holds storage for the company. So, let's say this is the first one.
Sure.
All the data will be held in the first driver. And you can actually use this box for multiple locations. So let's say for your second location, everything is saved on here, but it's also saved on the internet. So when you have your second location, all the information can come from this box, the second one. You wouldn't have to purchase an additional box.
Okay.
Let's say in the future you want to open up a third, fourth, fifth location, all the information can come from here.
Okay.
It doesn't, there wouldn't be any additional cost of buying another box
Mhm.
or anything along those lines. So if budget was an issue, that's something that would be taken care of.
Sure.
And also, as far as like repair, do you have a lot of repair work that you do on your current system?
Yeah, I mean, when things break,
Yeah.
we have a lot of instances of hardware. So, one person to manage, 20 specific pieces of hardware that do
Right.
relatively the same thing. When one breaks, it takes me away from,
Exactly. That's a
developing
lot of time.
plans for the new location.
So, as far as between like innovation, could you give me maybe like a ratio, how much of your budget goes to innovating as opposed to fixing the hardware and everything else in maintenance?
Sure, I mean, I'd say budget-wise or time?
Both. I mean, I think both are
Yeah, budget,
important.
I think upwards of, maybe 60%, somewhere around there. Budget
Okay.
goes towards fixing things and kind of being reactive.
Yeah.
Probably 80% of my time goes into that. I'm trying to lessen that load, definitely.
Yeah. So a cool thing about VNXE is that when something goes wrong in the first driver while the information is stored, all the information will automatically get backed up into the second driver.
Okay.
So it sends out a signal to IT telling
Nice.
them that there's something wrong. So you don't have to go fix it right away. It wouldn't take any time out of your day to like. It wouldn't be like something you have to go fix right then and there,
Sure.
because it's automatically backed up into the second driver, and then you can fix it at your leisure. And when the first one is fixed, all the information that just went to the second driver will be backed up into the first one again. So that way you don't experience any downtime, it doesn't frustrate the employees, you're not getting yelled at, that's not fun.
Yeah.
And then, the customers that are there aren't experiencing any problems either.
Gotcha.
So does that clarify a little bit of how it works?
Yeah, it does clarify. It sounds a little complex, to be honest. I'm not sure, where do I manage it? How do I manage it?
Well, it would be, you mean like as far as where the box would be?
Yeah, I mean, I have a bunch of boxes, but, you know, how's this one different from, you know, from a actual, you know, how do I interface with it? How do I use it?
So, as far as, so you mean how, as like how is this better than what you have? Is that?
Yeah, how much time
that
am I
what
gonna
I'm
have to
hearing?
spend on this one? You know, how much, is it gonna cut down on the amount of time I need to spend on?
Right, so this pretty much, it kind of works itself. It's
Okay.
not something that you would have to go in and maintain.
Okay,
So, and like I said, if there's ever anything wrong with it, it'll tell you, but because everything is automatically backed up into the second one, it wouldn't be time consuming as much time as you're spending right now.
sure,
So you could spend a lot more time working on the second location and building that as opposed to constantly having to worry about hardware.
gotcha.
And not only that, but you would only have one. So it's not like you have one at this location, another one at your second location, or like I said, in the future, if you want to open up more,
Mhm.
third, fourth, fifth, etc.
Gotcha. So will I be able to get rid of everything that I have today?
You can get rid of everything.
Okay,
Yep. And then you could use that at both locations.
gotcha.
Is there anything else maybe that's a concern that I should address?
You know, one of the things in you know, what we do today is, you know, we have a new application or we have a new requirement, I buy,
Mhm.
you know, a new server,
Mhm.
and a new box to stand up in the
Mhm.
IT environment. You know, and it takes time, yeah, but it also, you know, costs as well.
Mhm.
That sounds like it'll drive down some of the time. What about cost?
It'll definitely drive down your total cost of ownership, because it'll pay off in the long run. You wouldn't have to buy additional hardware. Like if you stick with what you have now, when you get your second location, you'd have to buy all the hardware you have now as opposed to just keeping one thing. So that'll definitely cut down the cost. But what I was thinking is, because I did promise you 10 minutes and I don't want to
Sure.
go over that, I know you have another meeting. Would you like to set up a follow-up meeting and maybe discuss a little bit further about what this has to offer and how it could really help your bank?
Yeah, I mean, as far as the next meeting, you know, I don't know if there's much more you're gonna get out of me. You know, I kind of just make sure things work, so.
And it could be something that you could talk to your boss about, that we could sit down together
Okay.
and discuss, because they might have some concerns or some questions after our meeting.
Sure, yeah, Alex will probably be willing to sit down after I talk to him.
Okay, how does next Friday at 10 sound for you?
That works.
Okay, thank you very much, Bill.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thanks.